talk about love and marriage the way that God intended. Life experience, here we share it. The No Fruit Podcast. Tune in from any platform. No Fruit Podcast will help your spirit transform.
Hello, everybody. How are you today?
Hello. How you doing?
So, Cough.
Maurice.
So today,
Uh-oh.
we had, if you listen to our last episode, one of our episodes where we talk about customer service, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about, me being a man of a lot of words and not being able to speak. So this is actually part 2 of that idea, right? Here is one thing that will stop me from speaking to anyone until I get home. And that is if I have to go to the market or pharmacy or whatever else and have to buy any women's products. I think, and the reason why I'm saying that because, again, I was thinking about stuff that can, where I don't speak. And I think that's, is when I don't feel comfortable in a situation. I'm like, it made me think about, hey, what don't I feel comfortable about? Cough, I don't feel comfortable purchasing the girly stuff. Now, most of the time you do buy your own stuff. Now, have I had moments where I've, picked it up for you or whatever else? Yeah, I have, right? But I would say those are the times when I am quiet.
Okay. I don't blame you. I'm quiet when I'm in that aisle as well.
Why are you quiet in that?
I don't know.
It's just the privacy thing.
I guess. And it's not something that you just go and pick it up. Like, you got to sit there and look and which one is this? Because you think you're picking up the right thing, and I've done that, and then looked, and I'm like, that's the wrong one. You got to go back and pick up the right thing, So, yeah, it's not, and no one's asking for advice, hey, what do you do with, no, it's like a library. You're sitting there studying which one is the right one.
You said library.
The one that you had last time, was it the most effective? Like, do you get something else? Do you need 2 different kinds? Whatever. So, yeah, it's not a, now, at one particular time, when I was younger, I was proud to be in that lane because, like, yes, I ain't pregnant. Let me get in here and get this stuff that I need because I ain't pregnant. You know what I mean? I don't have to go a couple hours over to the baby formula aisle, or diaper lane, So I'll take, all of one of each. How about that?
Right.
So, and it'll still be cheaper than a bag of diapers. So, yeah, so I understand. It's a quiet section of the store, whether it's the pharmacy or the supermarket, or wherever it is that folks pick those things up from.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting when you put it in your basket or your cart. It just seems to be the biggest thing that you have.
I know.
It's like there's no way to hide it.
Right.
I've had some people actually, when you purchase it, they double bag it. Like, girl, I want nobody to let you see this.
I know, right?
They put 2 bags. I'm like, okay. So, yeah. It is a quiet section, people.
Yeah, and I would say that, that's probably the most uncomfortable feeling, I guess, for me. So, yeah, it's like, it's not that's not when I'm speaking. Because there's no way I can talk and have that come across the conveyor belt. Like, how do you deal with that? So, now, has there been anything that you've ever purchased from me where you might feel uncomfortable or uneasy about like that? Why you bust out laughing?
And you had me go look for the enema bag. I couldn't find it. Yeah, that was a little.
That was tricky.
A little embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
There was only one. It was all the way at the bottom. Yeah, But overall, no, I'm not embarrassed. I guess I do a lot of the shopping for the house. Yeah, so, yeah, even when I fill up my cart with, 20, no, how many? Two, it was 8.
What you counting, the sodas?
Yeah.
Yo, first of all, let me tell y'all.
Soda, everything kind of went up in price
Mm-hmm.
recently. And now things are turning around.
Right.
And the prices are coming back down. And I've been taking advantage of it because I'm nervous it's going to go back up.
Mm-hmm.
So, some years ago, yeah, we had talked about us having our own store in our basement.
Yeah, we did. Mm-hmm.
And it's getting close to that time again.
Because, we were trying out that idea of couponing for a while. But right now it doesn't even seem like it's even worth even trying to be in that space of couponing, because how can you do that right now based off of coupons being digital and all that type of stuff?
I still have them.
I just don't see how that can work. Not saying it can't. I'm pretty sure there are people that figure it out, even yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just me personally, I don't see it.
Okay, well, we'll have to look at some YouTube about it so you can see that it does work.
But when she had come home, and I didn't even see it. Let's be honest.
No,
when
you have to rewind. You have to say
when she
you
went to
wanted
the
a
market,
Pepsi.
I wanted a Pepsi,
Yes.
and she said they were on sale, right? I said, all right, well, I would like some, right? I didn't expect for her to come home with the whole plastic, thing. So when I saw it in the basement, I had to tell her that she was the greatest of all time, because I never seen that many Pepsis in the house at one time. So, if they weren't cans, they were the bottles. So I was just like, I was shocked. I was floored.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent her took a picture of it and sent her a text message with it because she was at work. And I was like, look, girl, you're the greatest of all time. You stolen my heart.
So,
you get what I mean?
Yes. I appreciate you so much that I bought like 5 cases of Pepsi. So yeah, they were on sale for 6-packs for, I forget how much it was. And they had been on sale previously, but this was just a nice sale, and I was just like, I have to take advantage of it. So.
But so you feel uncomfortable getting that many sodas? Is that what you're trying to say?
I normally only get 4.
Okay.
Because that's the sale. But
Right.
I did the sale twice.
Right.
And then I went back the next day and bought another 8.
Yeah, but that wasn't Pepsi's, though. I just want y'all to know that wasn't Pepsi's.
That wasn't all Pepsi. We have other soda drinkers in our home that requested other types.
That even when she bought those Pepsis, the first go around, those weren't all Pepsis either.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want y'all to think that, hey, she just went out and just bought the whole section of Pepsi. No, she didn't do that.
No,
it wasn't just Pepsi.
No.
Even now, she thinking, as I think about it, she did buy some root beer.
Yes.
And she bought some vanilla ice cream. So I'm ready to go make me a float.
That sounds good. I think I'll join you.
Nice, little beverage, type thing. But that still doesn't compare to and you know what else is funny though? I don't have a problem with purchasing undergarments.
I was going to say, maybe that might be my closer part, is purchasing underwear for you. Because when I go, it's always men in the aisle. And they look at me like, why are you over here?
Right.
And I wonder, do they think that I wear them? Because now people are dressing a little bit differently, you know what I mean? Or do they think, oh, she got a man and she's buying them for him? And again, it's one of those things that you just can't run up and just grab them. It's not like a box of spaghetti noodles. Like, hey, I know I'm going to get spaghetti. It looks like it. All of those packages look the same, and you have to be cautious on if it's a 2X, if it's an X, if it's a 1X, if, or because they're folded and they all look the same from the outside.
Right.
It could very well be underwear bottoms, but somebody stuck the underwear top in the section where the underwear bottoms are. So you have to look.
Right.
Double look, flip it over.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, because just so many things that could be wrong, and some of those things are not returnable.
Mm-hmm.
So, you stand there for a while like, well, what is this?
Right.
All right, well, this one has 6 in the pack, and this one has 3 in the pack, but they're the same price.
But see, I put it like
Why?
this. Before, I was okay in going to like a Vicky Secrets, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at this point in time, like you said, some things are just so uncomfortable right now.
Right.
And people make you feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
So I would not want to do that right now.
Right, because they before they could come into you and say, oh, well, you're getting something for a significant other.
Right.
Now they can't even ask you that because you could be getting it for yourself, and that could be
Right.
offensive, you know what I mean, to the customer. So, so.
Or people that's not even around, that's around you,
Mm-hmm.
right? That, where that employee is not even talking to them, they're talking to you, but the other customer is offended.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? She asked me a question.
Mm-hmm.
Let me answer the question. You get what I mean? So it's just kind of it's very interesting of how you can feel uncomfortable buying certain things right now. It's not easy.
No,
It's
and
not
I think
easy.
it's added as well to it is online shopping, so it's a little even more difficult to go into the store and look at those things because people are like, why you didn't get that online, type thing. So interesting.
Well, the thing is, some things you want to be able to put it in your hand first to see if you even want it.
Right.
I mean, because right now, like again, on our vacation, we go into Old Navy, and the thought was, hey, we might not see it in Old Navy, or at least in the store, but we know we probably can get it online.
Right.
So let me look at it first, let me feel it first, or whatever else. It's
It
almost
might not
like,
be my size, but at least I can look at the
right,
the fabric, the make, all those things, and then if
Right.
I like the way it's presented, then I can purchase it in my size.
right.
Which is true, and
So I think that's the difference. That's the difference. So I don't know. There's not too many other things where I feel uncomfortable. Sometimes I just don't, and I don't know why, but and we haven't had been in this space in a very long time. But I used to feel uncomfortable when we would have like the whole cart and a half of food, shopping cart and a half of food. I know people do it or whatever, but I don't know why I used to feel embarrassed by that. And that kind of stems from me being a kid. I don't know why.
right.
I just felt embarrassed by it. And that doesn't mean that, hey, you was doing food stamps. No, it wasn't even about that. It was just about, I don't know.
Felt gluttonous.
I don't know what it was. But it just fell off. And now that we are in this place of, we're technically our kids are adults. And the reality is that no one's palate is the same, from today, yesterday, and tomorrow. So we kind of go to the market at least twice a week.
Right.
If that's the way at least it feels like. So, going to the market is not look, Kyle, you've been in the market with 2 or 3 times in the last 2 or 3 days, something like that. So, the reality is, you're not going and buying $300 worth of food. You might be spending $100 based off of the, sales and stuff that you're getting.
Right.
But you're not getting 3 and 4 carts full of food either.
No. But it's because we don't have to buy those big packs of diapers anymore.
I know, yeah. Or them jars of baby food.
Right. So I think some of those things that you're putting in the cart that would take up a lot of space.
Right.
We've found other ways to purchase it, or we'll just go to the store just to buy the soda, or go to the store just to buy cases of water.
I mean, and now that you said that, I think that because we're not doing, which sometimes I miss it, I'm going to be honest with you, but some of the box macaroni and cheese, things, because they were quick. You get what I mean? Now, we haven't been doing that, and we haven't done that really in a while, a long while at that.
Or the
But
canned goods, 'cause we would stock up on canned
canned
goods.
goods too.
So all of those things would take up space in the cart. Right now, we're not. We're getting, like I said, we're going to the market more frequently because we're buying something fresh or frozen.
Right.
The types of foods that we're eating
Has changed.
it has changed. So therefore,
Right.
our cart has changed
Right.
and the frequency has changed. Because again, back in the day, they would have a can sale, and we would stock up and get a whole case of corn, a whole case of string bean, whatever it was. So
Well, I mean, and even just talking about that, I have noticed how my, how I felt after having those type of foods with the salt, and all that type of stuff. I can tell a difference in the quality of food or whatever else sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I have a craving for the fake cheese. Sometimes.
You didn't like that fake cheese taco shell.
Yo, let me tell y'all. We purchased these.
He purchased.
No, I said we because I was with the kids.
Oh, okay.
My adult children. We were supposed to be having tacos.
It was a
So,
Taco Tuesday.
Kafa asked while we're out for us to get stuff for tacos. All right, cool. So we're going to go and get the soft taco shells. Now, every now and then I do like hard tacos. Most of the time I prefer hard tacos, but I don't eat them enough to say, hey, go get a whole box. You get what I mean? Because then you got 10 taco shells that's just going to go to waste. It's going to sit there for the next 3 months.
I mean, I like a crunchy taco.
But I'm just saying in general, right?
But my issue is a lot of times we'll get them and they're stale.
Yes.
So I didn't like the soft tacos before. It was just something about the smell of it. It would turn my stomach. But if I heat it up a little bit, then it's not as bad.
So my daughter and I, we said, you know what, we're looking at, first of all, I'm looking at the tacos, and I'm like, hey, I want a crunchy one and not a soft one. And so I'm looking at the taco shells. I said, hey, would y'all try these nacho cheese, square bottom, shells? I realize I don't like Doritos with my tacos. Because that's exactly what it... And first of all, I'm sorry. Let me backtrack for a second. It didn't even taste like Doritos.
No.
And we just had a big whole discussion about the Hers Dorito type chips versus Doritos themselves.
Right.
And you could, it doesn't taste the same. Well, those taste like those Hers Doritos chips. They weren't terrible, but it was terrible to be with some tacos. That was not, so if you like that type of thing, kudos to you. It just was not for me.
No.
I couldn't deal with that. And it was, again, as I just talked about the canned foods, I can tell the salt. Like, it just tastes super salty and fake to me. So, it just wasn't appetizing.
No.
It wasn't appetizing.
It didn't, yeah. The texture was off. The fake cheese taste, it was very artificial. Yeah, I couldn't go back for more for that. I couldn't even go back for a soft shell taco after that. I was just like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, that was a rough one. But it is what it is, right?
We did get like an 8-pack, I think, or a 10-pack. So there's still like 4 or 5.
No, I thought I threw that in the trash. I'm sorry.
No, they're still sitting there. I'm gonna feed them to
okay.
I was gonna feed them to the birds.
That's right. That's what you was gonna do. That's right. You was gonna feed it to somebody.
But you guys told me that you don't think the birds will eat it.
No, the birds ain't gonna eat it. It's gonna be them groundhogs.
Oh goodness!
It's gonna be something else.
The squirrels.
It's gonna be the skunk. Like, it'll be something stupid, So, but yeah, so let us know what your thoughts are. Of things that you're uncomfortable in buying. Like I said, it's basically girly stuff. Girly products. I used to be able to do the undergarments for ladies, but yeah, at this point in time, I just feel as though everyone is watching, and they make you feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
They make you feel uncomfortable. But please share, subscribe with the episode, and tell us what your thoughts are.
We would love to hear from you.
Talk to y'all later. Peace.
This week's
come to an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.